Now, folks, since harvest is done, it's time to start fixing. First thing on this tractor is the air filter is filling with soot. The old one is out here, and I noticed that when it started getting hot, there's a restriction in the air filter. That's black compared to the inside, which is white. So I noticed that the way these systems work is a little different. So you've got your intake. It comes up over here. Don't know why that's wet. That goes into this. There's a baffle in this piece right here. It'll take it through an aspirator tube to take the dirt straight to the exhaust and send it out. On the newer version of this tractor, this is a 7130, there is an aspirator valve in here that's supposed to allow the dirt to go down and the soot not to come up. Well, we don't have that. This is just a tube. So the next thing is we're going to take the intake piece to the turbo, since there's some soot on the turbo housing itself, and we're going to take the muffler off. I believe the muffler is what's bad. I believe it just grenaded itself. So if that's the case, I'm going to try and just put a pipe in place. And yeah, that starts this project on this tractor. There's always going to be a couple more, but that's today's job. Okay, to make this easy on myself, I'm going to take my aspirator tube out first to try to get onto this muffler and try to pry it out. Oh, looks like a 17 and 10 mils. Okay, so the sentence is the intake, or not the intake, the exhaust manifold is plugged plumb full. So, with that being said, we're going to just put a pipe in place and check the baffle. So this is the baffle. The air comes in this side. There's a baffle system in it, which is part of it. And then in here, it's hollow behind these. And it'll blow all the dirt and all that crap out of this. That's supposed to go right into the exhaust pipe through the aspirator tube to go into that hole and down and up. Well, the exhaust muffler is plugged plumb full of soot, bad enough that 80 psi air can't push anything out. So I'm gonna put a pipe in place, I think. So that's what we're gonna do now. Is we're gonna take all this, try to see where I can get a pipe from, clean my exhaust temperature sensor, and then see what happens from there. see how that goes. So we're gonna be putting all this back together. I'm still waiting on a muffler eliminator that go here to there. So this bracket can come out, but everything else can go back together. So that's what we're gonna do today. So the elbow's gonna come out, or back in, the aspirator tube's gonna go back in. That whole combobleness is going back in, and then yeah, that's all we're gonna do today, I think. Okay, it's all back together. The air baffle, the intake baffle is back together. The aspirator tube, the intake tube, yada yada yada. Okay, during that time, because I forgot to film, found this. That's wet. There's a puddle of coolant. Okay, don't know what's going on. Now I'm taking the fan shroud apart because I don't know what to do without taking and looking at the actual radiator itself. So that's what we're doing, but the stupid engineers, you can't get this piece off to get the fan shroud off without undoing those bolts. Well, those bolts on the other side, I was currently keeping this hood without it dropping on my head because I took the struts off as well. So we're gonna cut them suckers off and weld them back together later. So, cut with a grinder and be done, and knock them suckers out, and yeah. That hurt. Oh, folks, we got the piece. It's not in, but that's what it is. Let me get you guys set up, and we will put this bad boy in and then be done with this for the time being till I have a radiator or something similar or more parts for it, because the radiator is going to need to be replaced. And then we're probably going to split the tractor and do the rear main. Double check because it's coming out both sides. You can see it. It definitely could just be penetrating oil burning. As a driver, you definitely hear the turbo a lot more. I didn't get something tightened right. But like how